Hi, I'm Natasha, and this is Always Be Crafting. It is Monday, the 3rd of April, and today is an anniversary for a couple of different people that are very special in my life. Because on this day, 53, I had to think for a minute, I had to do math. 53 years ago today, my parents got married. And that's very special. Neither of my parents are with me anymore, so thinking about them on their anniversary is very special. If you can hear sounds in the background, my son is home from school. It is spring break for him, and he might be making noise up there. That's fine. So the other anniversary on this day, 21 years ago? Yeah, 21. 21 years ago. No, 22. Hold on. What year is it? It's 2023. The year was 2002. So 21 years ago today, my husband actually, he wasn't my husband yet. We had met. We had just met. We knew each other only for a very short time when this happened to him. It's before we even started dating. But on this day, 21 years ago, he experienced a splenic aneurysm and almost died. And it was actually the thing that kind of changed his life, really, because when he woke up in the hospital after being in a coma for a few days, he realized how precious life was, how short life is. And that was, I guess, the main motivation for going, hey, I never asked that girl out. That was me. So, yeah, we started dating about 4 months later, and the rest is history. We're actually going to be celebrating our 20th wedding anniversary in October. So there you go. So it's a very special anniversary because I love thinking about my parents, especially when I don't have them anymore. But I have so many gifts from them. My life is very full because of them. And I love my husband. So today's a very special day. What am I doing to celebrate? Well, I went to work this morning. I'm actually going to be going back to work very soon. I have my sewing student this afternoon. And in the middle, I thought I would do a little project I am working on a project for a community theater is doing a junior production of SpongeBob SquarePants the musical. We had done SpongeBob SquarePants the musical grown-up production community theater a year ago, and I had done the costumes for it. So the junior production team reached out to me and said, hey, we have a lot of pieces, but we don't have the Gary the Snail costume anymore. Is that something you have? And I was like, oh no, that got destroyed. that got demolished, unfortunately, after the production by some very energetic 8-year-old boys who I allowed them to turn into a piñata. I said, okay, we can burn off some steam right here. You can destroy the Gary the Snail costume. Because life is short and it's okay. I don't mind making something that gets destroyed. That's okay. That's okay. I don't mind. It had a different life. Destruction is a different form of creation, if you think about it. Anyways, they have a 3-year-old because it's a junior production. The 3-year-old who's playing Gary the Snail is obviously a lot smaller, and that shell probably wouldn't have fit her anyways. So I get to make a new shell. I offered, I said, would you like me to make you a new Gary the Snail shell? And they said, yes, please. And it's not going to be paper mache this time. Like the last one was paper mache, which is why it was so easy for those 8-year-old boys to turn into a piñata. And this one is soft. It's fabric. I can show you parts of it. All right, I can show you parts of it. And what I did is, let's take a little bit apart. Okay, so I was able to get a little backpack. Look at this cute little backpack. It's so tiny. It's perfect for a 3-year-old. I got my hands on this, and I've made backpacks, and I thought of it, I would just make something from scratch. But then I thought, if you don't have to reinvent the wheel, don't. Especially if you can get your hands on a free, donated backpack. So this little backpack is going to be used to put Gary the Snail onto the 3-year-old, right? But how's it going to hold its shape? So I came up with some ideas. When you're making paper mache, you use balloons, right? It helps. It's very lightweight and it holds shape. But I needed something similar. I needed something that was going to hold its shape like a balloon, but balloons tend to deflate over time. And I don't need this to hold its shape for very long. I need it to hold its shape just while I'm making the shell. and then it's going to hold its shape on its own. It's really just the construction process. So I remembered, wait a minute, I make balloon balls all the time. What if I made a balloon ball to go inside the backpack? So then I pulled out some fabric scraps, including this cute Hello Kitty fabric. It's like a theme. And I made a balloon ball. Now this is not fully inflated because this backpack is just simply too little. So let me put that inside. All right, I've tucked the balloon ball inside the backpack, and it's not even zipped up all the way. That's okay, but it's given the backpack a lot more shape, which is what I needed it to do. I don't need it to hold its shape forever, just enough for me to build the backpack. Then, and I needed that shape to help me build it from the beginning because I needed to try it on. In comes some pink fuzzy fleece that I then ironed on to some foam stabilizer. And of course I had to use SpongeBob SquarePants fabric on the inside. Now, because this is foam stabilizer, it's going to hold its shape all on its own. It does not need that balloon ball really, but it is going to help having the balloon ball there. Isn't that so cute? So obviously it's not finished because it has not been sewn together. And it still needs the Gary the Snail signature swirl and dots. Gary the Snail from SpongeBob SquarePants has a burgundy swirl, like a spiral, and it has 4 kind of turquoise-ish dots around, kind of oval-shaped dots. So what I'm going to do before I sew these 2 pieces together is I'm going to, using fabric, probably felt, gonna get the right color felt, and iron-on fusible stabilizer. I will iron them onto this, and then if I need to, also follow through with a sewing machine to make them stay if the iron-on is not strong enough, but I think it will be. The big question is this fleece. The fleece is very fuzzy, so I'm not sure it's going to, if the iron-on, the sticky stuff is going to stick as well to this fleece as it does to general cotton, you know, like when you iron onto a t-shirt or a sweatshirt. So that'll be the big debate, but that's next. And then I'll hand stitch it around the edge and we will have a Gary the Snail shell. Isn't that cute? As I was making that balloon ball, I ended up cutting out 3 extra pieces. It takes 6 pieces to make a balloon ball. I'll show you the pattern. This is the pattern I use. Fun Time 10-inch fabric balloon ball template set. And it's wonderful. It's a great set. I bought it at a local quilt shop, sells it. And I'm sure you could buy it online. I'll try to link it in my description box if you want to buy it yourself. And I decided, you know what, since I have half a balloon ball already cut from the extra Hello Kitty pieces, because I wanted to use those other fun scrap fabrics, I have another piece of fabric here on my table. I'll turn around the camera in a moment, show you, and I'm going to go ahead and just follow the pieces I already cut out. I could cut it out with the template and a rotary cutter, which is how I did those, but I will probably just, I don't know, I'll probably use scissors. I'll probably do it the lazy man's way and cut them out this way. And then I need to cut 3 pieces of the, what's it called? It's not a pentagon because it has 6 sides. It has 6 sides? Hexagon? Hexagon? Feels right. Feels like a hexagon. This piece is for the top of the ball and the bottom of the ball. And for the top, you actually end up cutting 2. So I'll have to cut 3 of these to be where you insert your balloon. And that's what I'm doing next. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'll turn around the camera and then I'll film me making it. But I might have to go to work, so I might have to film me making it tomorrow. But I'll add it to this video. So this video might take 2 days. I don't know. We'll see. Have a wonderful day. Bye. Good morning and welcome back. For you, it's only been like a second, but for me, it's been an entire day. Yesterday got busy and I didn't get to actually make the balloon ball. So I'm doing it this morning. It is Tuesday, the 4th of April, and I'm going to turn you around and show you what I'm doing. I thought about it and I pulled out my cutting mat and I'm going to use my rotary cutter and yeah, I'll just show you what I'm doing. All right, so what you see before you is the scrap fabric that I want to use for the other pieces. And I am lining up the cut pieces to make sure that they fit, and they will. They will fit along. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my template and I'm going to use it to cut with the rotary cutter. I think what I'm going to do first is I'm also going to turn these upside down, so I'm looking at the wrong side, so I can mark the dots, because when I cut them out, I was just sort of stack and chop was what I did before. So now I have to mark where these little holes are, and that'll make it easier for sewing. So let's turn you into Zoom Zoom Fast Fast, and you can watch the progress. Hi, I'm back. All right, so I did quick, zoom, zoom, fast, fast sewing. And the thing I love about sewing and recording in that super speed is I think the way it shows is 1 second equals like 1 minute. So that last little clip that I hopefully just had right before this clip was what, like 15 seconds, 20 seconds. So that was like 15 or 20 minutes of me sewing. And that's about how long it took me to make this balloon ball. So it is all done. I then went to work, came home, I'm home. That's the reason my hair is now up. I look different. It's now later in the day, still Tuesday, and the balloon ball is done. So I can show you. So this is it. See, isn't it cute? And I'm not sure if you could see how, remember I told you the top and the bottom, this is where it opens on the top, and it's a solid piece on the bottom, the hexagon. Isn't that cute? And now you want to see it in action, I assume. These are reusable, right? So all you have to do is take a balloon and insert it through that top part and blow it up. See? Get it nice and full. And that's a little full. And then you have a place where you can then easily tuck your knot in under there, and that makes this I guess there's a little bump, but that's not a big deal. One finished balloon ball. So now it adds a little bit of weight to the balloon, so it's not quite as light as it was before. Okay, so it's not quite as light as it was before, as a balloon would fly around. It has a little bit more weight to it. Isn't that cute? Depending on whether you have a balloon that is more round shape or more oblong, you know, more football shape, that's going to shape your actual ball, is whatever balloons you get. And the nice thing is, and I think I was starting to say this in the part I recorded yesterday, when you blow up a balloon, they deflate within a couple of days, you know, just out in the wild, you know, because the latex of the balloon, it just, I guess it's something about the membrane, it just releases air. In the fabric, it lasts a long time. Like, these balloon balls will stay pretty much inflated for a few weeks. So this becomes a wonderful toy, whether it's for children, teenagers, college kids, adults. They're fun. Your dogs, I mean, it's pretty hard to pop a balloon when it's inside the balloon ball. Not impossible, but much more difficult. I've seen dogs be able to, you know, play with these And I'm not saying it's impossible to pop, but it's much harder to pop. So you have to have a pretty aggressive puppy, you know, like those little sharp puppy teeth would probably pop this easier than a bigger dog. But then it makes it more safe. So if you want to play it with it like around a baby, you're all the things that would be considered a choking hazard, because a balloon is fine until it's deflated, and then it becomes a choking hazard, right? Because it's so small. If a baby put it in their mouth, they could choke. Well, this is way too big, and it's not going to just pop, you know? So it's now fun for children of all ages. And the nice thing, because it's reusable, all you have to do is, once that balloon deflates, or if you want to deflate it, say you've had a party or you're on vacation, you can just, you know, cut a little hole in the balloon, deflate it, get rid of the balloon, and then just pack this and go. So it's really easy to take on trips. I know people who pack these in their luggage with a bag of balloons, because they go on a trip and they know, like, well, their kids might be crazy after being in an airport or on a plane all day. You get back to a hotel, it's not really maybe might not be able to go burn off steam, depending on where you've flown to and how much travel time. Your kids might need to burn off steam. Well, this is very safe. You know, you're not probably breaking any hotel furniture by playing with one of these. And so, yeah. Balloon balls. I think I'm going to make a whole bunch more of these and put them in my Etsy shop. I have sold them in the past. I haven't sold them in a couple of years, but I have sold them in the past and had very happy customers. And so I think that's what I'm going to do. I'll cut out some more. It's not a long process. You saw it doesn't take a super long amount of time, but it does take, there is, you know, it's a pattern. So you have to cut out the pieces and get everything organized. So it is a little bit of, you have to be organized for it. And you kind of want to do it when you can do a whole bunch at one time, right? So I just have to get organized and pick out some fun fabrics so I can put some in my Etsy shop. And that'll be something I get done soon. But I have a home, I think, ready for this balloon ball. Thanks for watching. I hope you're all having a wonderful start to your April. And I will be back on more times throughout the month. My plan right now for my schedule, as I'm getting used to this whole vlogging, is towards the end of the month, I'm going to do a monthly roundup of projects I've done, things I'm learning, things I'm excited for, kind of like I did about a week ago, talking about things I did in March. So I'm going to be doing that every month. That's my goal. So I'll be back maybe around the 25th, 24th or so of April to do that, to do kind of like a monthly roundup and see what else I do this month. And between now and then, let's see what happens. Have a wonderful day. Bye.